Hi guys and girls. I've been asked to do a few videos, or at least show how I do the inked wood grain, and I'm going to do that on one of the dice boxes. This is one of them I've done. It's a 20 ounce, and this one is shiny because it has been epoxied. I did one once in bamboo and coffee cup and the flask. So I'll show you the stuff I used to sand, the ink itself, and the brushes, and then I'll do this I can't, decahedron, maybe, I don't know, it's a thingiverse thing. So the ink itself has gone through several different names. Adirondack is one of them. Also Tim Holtz. It's gone through this kind of rebranding that really doesn't have a name on it. It just says alcohol ink, but it's Tim Holtz. And then Ranger brand alcohol ink, Tim Holtz. But all the colors I have are ones that I have used for doing different types of wood grain. So this one is called Butterscotch. It's kind of a warm undertone for yellow. This one is Honeycomb. It's kind of a cooler undertone. There's Ginger, and this one is Espresso and Caramel, Teakwood, and then I have, this is just black for the numbers, and I may not do the numbers, but I'll show you. So my brushes, this is just a tiny little itty bitty detail brush for the interior of the numbers. This is a 1-inch foam brush, and this is, when I say a straw brush, I don't know what this is actually made of, but it reminds me of straw, and it's really cheap. I get these at like Ace Hardware, and the cheaper the better. I mean, these are, you want these to be nasty. You can go in and actually cut some of these bristles out to make it a better wood grain. Anyway, so I used to own a nail salon, and I used to do nails, and so most of the stuff that I sand with are nail stuff. So these are blocks, sanding blocks. You can get them at a beauty supply like Sally's Beauty. This is a more coarse one than this one. Orange is more coarse, and then this is a finer one if you want to go through there to get off big things. These are called zebra files. They come in 100, 120, 180, and they're really good for taking off serious layer lines and stuff. For the most part, I'm going to leave this exactly the way it was. This is the way it came off the printer. There's no, I may take this off. There's no sanding that I've done to these. If I'm going to do a wood grain, I actually kind of like the layer lines a little bit, because wood is not perfectly smooth. So I'm going to use the layer lines to my advantage to make it look like the wood grain. So I also have alcohol here. This is a special little cap. When you push down on the alcohol, it comes to the top. It's also a nail thing. I'll use that if I need to take off some. The alcohol ink is actually made from alcohol. So when I get it all over my fingers, all I need is a cotton ball and some alcohol, and it'll all come off. So it's a really easy cleanup. So I'm actually going to go with kind of a warmer color, so I'm going to use the Butterscotch. And alcohol ink is a little bit, goes a very long way. So I'm going to hope that I'm in camera, so I'm just going to give this a couple of drops and then smooth it over and start brushing. And you can see now already how the layer lines are going to be of help. I'm going to stop talking for a little while and just do this. Because there's no primer on it, and this is PLA, which is cornstarch and sugar cane and other stuff like that. Your first layer will probably want to seep in, but that's not a problem. If you don't want it to seep in, go ahead and spray it with a primer. I would not recommend a filler primer unless you don't want any layer lines, and then for that I would just go ahead and sand it instead. Alright, that's that one. This dice box is on Thingiverse. If this ends up on YouTube, then I'll put links in the description below. It'll probably just be on Facebook for the 3D printer groups that I'm in. But who knows? I mean, I do have a 17-year-old son. He can do all the Facebook stuff. James Baker, I just heard you go, ooh, that's cool. With the alcohol ink, you want it to kind of blend together with each. So you don't have to wait for anything to dry, really. You can. But like I said, this is art. Only you see what's in your head. So alright, so that's all I needed this for. This now is going to be this crap brush and the ginger. So when you're working with these, again, this is not something that you pour and then dip from. The alcohol ink, it actually evaporates fairly quick. So you don't really want to put it in. So I'm just going to touch. I'm not squeezing the bottle. I don't squeeze a bottle. I'm going to hold it underneath here, and I'm going to just start adding. A little goes a long way, and it's better to add than to sit there and say, I hate this, I wish I could take some off. You can with some alcohol, but it's better to just, my opinion, you know, it's art. It's better to keep adding than try and subtract. And if you don't want a yellow starter, then I would start with the ginger as the base coat, as the first coat. Oh, this is getting so cool. For price-wise, these run about $3 a bottle. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann, AC Moore, other places usually sell them in a 3-pack of colors that kind of go together, so you'll get a red, blue, yellow kind of thing. And then isn't that cool? It's just looking so awesome. Okay, let that dry a little bit. Anyway, Etsy. There's a couple sellers on Etsy that have all the different colors in singles. So if all you want to do is wood grain, then buy just the ones that you want. This has, I think, 43 colors currently that are available. So there's all kinds of grays if you wanted to do kind of a whitewash thing, or several different colors that you would do if you're going to do skulls or bones. You can add alcohol to the brush so that you get more of a wash. So if you wanted to do some gray on some skulls, and if you've tuned into any of my posts, you know that right now I'm doing all the bonehead skulls. They are so awesome. So I'll be trying to do some gray washes. Alright, when I'm liking what I'm seeing here, I'm going to go and add the last color. The last color is the darkest, and so I don't want to do a whole lot of that, and that one's not what I wanted. Teakwood. Okay, so for this, the darkest color, the teakwood kind of takes over anything you put on it. So before I even touch it, I'm going to touch it to the newspaper so that I have a little more control, and then I'm just going to barely touch those spaces. These bottles last forever. I know it looks like, wow, I must be wasting a lot when I touch it to the newspaper, but I think I've had these bottles for all of 2018. I think I got them November, some of them even in September of 2017. So here you can see the depth of the wood grain. As long as you keep going with the grain of the layer lines, then the layer lines don't, they just blend. It's just part of it. Alright, looks like that is good for me. Add here. Alright. And do the same here. So, hope you can see it. So it dries pretty quickly, obviously, too. And this would be the end result. I'm going to go through with, okay, let's do one and see. All right, so make sure it's, I'm going to end up laying this down inside the crevices. So I have to make sure that it's not hard. That's what she said. Sorry. Inappropriate, sorry. Okay. See if I can do this up here where it's seen better. So. I have before dropped in and then kind of done this jobby. Didn't like that at all. And you can also do it with Sharpie. Sharpie, by the way, just on a side note, is alcohol ink. It's exactly this stuff. And so if you want to make your own, which is way cheaper, you can go get one of the big, huge packs with all the different colors. And you can take 91 or 99% alcohol and one of these 15 ml bottles, which are available in big packs on Amazon. So I think they're 50 cents a piece, probably. You take apart the Sharpie and you cut up the cartridge that has the ink in it, and you drop it into the bottle. Then you add alcohol ink up to whatever, put the top on it, and then let it sit for 2 days and shake it. And you have alcohol ink. And some of them are the exact same colors as what you're seeing right here. I just sent my daughter an entire 35 different colors of alcohol inks that I had made for myself. So what I use after this is all dry and all the numbers are done. I use Krylon Matte Finish. Wood in its natural state is not glossy. So I like a good matte finish, and I like Krylon the best. Rust-Oleum has one, and I have had alcohol ink actually move with the Rust-Oleum, so I don't use it at all. But I've never had that worry with the Krylon. So that is the wood grain, those 3 different colors, and this brush. And I'm not even going to clean it because I'm only going to use this for this particular kind of thing with these colors. So I'm not going to clean it. You can clean it with alcohol, but if I'm just going to do this anyway, why bother? So that is the end result. I'm actually going to go ahead and do this in the ginger, but I'll do that off camera so that I can get this up and running for you. But that is how easy the wood grain is. All right, I hope you like this. I hope it helped you. Talk to you later.